would like to invite Minister Milošoski to share his views with us. Please, Antonio.
Hvala, Gordane. Dear ladies and gentlemen, I will try to be also in the framework of the 5 minutes. First of all, I would like to mention a few things. The region 10 years before or 20 years before, and the region 10 or 20 years ahead. 20 years ago, the region was a very strong security consumer. Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, Kosovo, Montenegro, in that sense, still till they were part of the federation, Macedonia later on, and so on and so forth. Today, most of these countries are very strong and stable, reliable security providers. So in that sense, when speaking about security in the region in the future, I'm sure we will speak about the competition. Which country has done or delivered more in regional or international security demands asked by NATO, European Union, or other international organizations. When speaking about the European integration of the region, I think that the main challenge will be the European Union not to ignore the region because of the improved security circumstances. Because till now, for many times, the region was high on the agenda of the EU decision makers or opinion makers just because of the bad news production from the region very often. Now when we have more, let's say, good news or semi-good news production has increased in the region, we should not be ignored or forgotten because of that, but I think that now is the momentum really when we have got so advanced that the final push is given, the strong attention is given from the regional EU member states, but also from the bigger EU countries, that the region makes the final step ahead, and I think that the region is capable to return it back twice as beneficial for the European Union member states, both in security, trade, and political terms. So therefore, the main question and the main challenge in the future for the region will be not whether we will have a fast track for European integration, but whether we will have a safe track for European integration of the region. On behalf of Macedonia, I may say that the EU membership of Slovenia already and the advanced EU negotiations for membership from Croatia is very beneficial, particularly for the countries arising from the socialist Yugoslavia, because we have shared many things in common, and I'm sure that Macedonia will benefit a lot, but Serbia, Kosovo, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Montenegro as well, once they open accession negotiations and advance in those accession negotiations properly. The good neighbor relations issue. No one has nothing against the good neighborly relations, but we would like, we would really appreciate to see what's the definition of the good neighbor relations, because on some occasions there are behaviors to be noticed that someone is understanding good neighbor relations as relations where the country being an EU member is always the good neighbor, and the country being an aspirant for EU membership is always the bad neighbor. So in that sense, we have one neighbor here represented by my dear friend Dimitris Drutsas, and we still need to prove that good neighbor relations now and in the future. Macedonia maybe would have been quite a small and boring and well unknown nation if we were not bordering with Greece, but we were so lucky to share a common border and a common history in many sense. But I do believe that in the future we will see the bigger picture of the region will be more important for us than some irrelevant issues. And finally, I would like to say a few words how I imagined the region 10 or 20 years ago ahead, as Gordon started. It will be maybe imaginable that after 10 or 20 years, Serbian and Kosovo Minister for Foreign Affairs traveled together to Azerbaijan to discuss the final stage of the resolution of the Nagorno-Karabakh issue. It will be possible, maybe, that the Turkish and German ministers of foreign affairs go together to Iran to discuss the final stage of the initiative for energy and security, very important for Europe. And it will be possible, maybe, that the Greek Minister of Foreign Affairs, being very busy because of the EU immigration action plan to be concluded with Egypt in 10 years ahead, asks his Macedonian colleague to safeguard the Greek positions on the EU Council in respect of the transportation routes in Southeastern Europe. Thank you very much.